Another topic, centrifugal force. Right. Right now, centrifugal force is a centrifugal force is a centrifugal force is a force that appear when object is in circular motion. When object is in circular motion, and it appear to be directed radially away from axis of rotation, the rotation of the frame, rotation of the frame, rotation of the frame. Right. Let's get this example. There is a moving plate, rotating disc. The man is on the plate. We'll think is A, and there is man B. This is in rotational motion. Therefore, the man is in circular motion. There is an object which connected to the center of the uh, rotating disc, and it also rotating in the circular motion. Right? It also rotating in the circular motion. Right. Write down. Example. Consider a case where consider a case where consider a case where mass symbol M attached by a string, mass symbol M attached by a string to the center of a smooth horizontal table, a smooth horizontal table, rotate in own axis, rotate in own axis, rotate in own axis, and which have uniform angular velocity, uniform angular velocity, which have uniform angular velocity omega, omega, uh, the simple the mass of simple M is is in circular motion. Is in circular motion. Consider two observer. Consider the two observer A and B as follow. A and B as follow. As follow diagram. Right. Draw the diagram. When the observer is on earth is on earth is on earth is on earth in brackets outside of the table capital B close bracket. The mass is seen to bear seen to be in a circular path. It is known that the centripetal force required for circular motion which provide by the tension of the string by applying F equals mv. Right. He can observe there is a string and mass. He can observe this tension. He can observe this tension. Right. We can only see the centripetal force. Right. When it rotating omega, it's come to the string get tight. Therefore, he can see the centripetal force. Only the centripetal force. Right. Right now, draw the diagram. Right. Draw the then right. When the observer on the table, in brackets capital A, mass is seen to be at rest. Why? He can see the circular motion, but he no, it is in rest. Why? He also in the circular motion. So therefore, he can see the mass also in circular motion, but I mean, you can see it is in rest. මෙයාට පේන්නේ මෙයා නතර වෙලා ඉන්නවා වගේ. Right. Leander is to be at rest, but the tension of the string, known to be towards the center, therefore there is an invisible imaginary force called that centrifugal force. Right. When it rotated like this, when man on this, A is in that this is in the rest. Therefore, there is a tension, and also you can see there is a F force, invisible force, that called centrifugal force. Right? When we traveling in the bus, we also know there is a centrifugal force. Why? We are throwing away from the circular way. Right? That is a centrifugal force. Only the centrifugal force can be seen the observer in the circular motion. Right? Right now, then right. Only the centrifugal force observed by observer who in circular motion. Right. එතකොට අපි circular motion එකේ ගියොත් විතර අපිට centrifugal force එක පේන්නේ. Right. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ එකක්. Centrifugal force එකයි centripetal force එක action reaction force pair එකක් නෙමෙයි. මොකද ඒ වෙලාවේදී centrifugal force එකයි centripetal force එකයි එකම object එක උඩ තමයි act කරන්නේ. Write down the centripetal force and centrifugal force are not action and reaction pair. Action and reaction pair because action and reaction forces, action and reaction forces are not acting on 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 a single object. Right. එකම මේකක් උඩ ඇඩ් කරන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් අපි ඊය පාර එක්සෑම් එක ගත්තොත් එහෙම ගිය පාර එක්සෑම් එකේ ඇක්ෂන් රියැක්ෂන් ෆෝස් ගැන අහලා තියෙනකොට ඒ ඇක්ෂන් රියැක්ෂන් ෆෝස් එක මේ එකම ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් උඩ ඇඩ් කරනවද කියලා අහලා තිබ්බා. right. ඊට පස්සේ this is the centrifugal force. When it rotating, centrifugal force is right. This is the centripetal force. If an object wanted to go in circular motion, need the it need the centripetal force. This is the centripetal force. It's acting towards the center. It also acting towards the center. The centripetal force is in this case F equals mu r. That means friction force. In this case, gravitational force G M1 M2 over R square. Gravitational force. When man is sitting inside the rotation disc, he can see what are the forces. He can see the friction force acting because he can watch the object is in still rest position, right? Therefore, if there is a force, why it travels to the man? Therefore, we can simply say there is a force act outward to the center. That means he can watch the centrifugal force and the centripetal force also, right? he cannot be seen. Right. For example, centrifugal force that can be taking the centrifuge for when we අපි the blood samples collect කරාට පස්සේ centrifuge එකට දාලා මේ ඒක rotate කරන්නේ ආය dryer of the washing machine. It also the using the centrifugal force. Why? When it rotating, the clothes are attached to the wall. Therefore, the water particles going out, therefore drain out, right? And also we can take the centrifugal pump. Centrifugal pump means there is a this kind of this is the apparatus. It used to pump the water when we pump the water when there is a reservoir. And there is a reservoir. The water are coming from the that, and it also stick the wall and rotating, then going to upward. And also can we tell the centrifuge? Centrifuge also the example for centrifugal force. Centrifuge mean there is a apparatus which used to observe the blood, right? මේ වගේ tubes අරගෙන මේ tubes ටික මේ විදිහට තියලා මේ විදිහට rotate කරනවා නේ. rotate කරනවා. එතකොට අර centrifugal force එකකින් the particles which are having a weight, they are condensed in lower part of the tube. Right. Then this is the centrifuge. This is the centrifugal pump, centrifuge. This centrifuge to separate the plasma and other things. Blood plasma. After rotating this, it can be seen like that. Right. It is centrifuge.